The rest were just absurd.
The rest were absurd, and we're live. We're live
Coming
because the
right
rest were
off, coming
absurd.
right off a Thursday night football game.
That's right. That's right. And if you're an NBA fan, we got some NBA scores there at the top of the screen.
Boo.
Hey, we love the NBA
Yeah.
here. This is a pro NBA
No, it's
pod.
not. No, it's
Yes, it
not.
is. Go Sacramento Kings. That's
Rest
right,
in
baby.
piss.
I'm with Rob. This is an anti-NBA pod.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Did you see the what I sent
Rest
you
in piss,
earlier,
David
Daniel?
Stern.
Wait, I did not. Let me check it.
Hey, no, David Stern's an icon, man. He might have screwed over
Boo.
Seattle, but he
Horrible,
saved
horrible guy.
Sacramento, so I
Horrible
love him.
guy.
Great
Bad
guy,
guy.
legend,
Rest in
awesome
Dude,
piss.
commissioner.
the Detroit Pistons are a dead franchise. Fuck that team. I really hate that team right now, dude. I hate the
Oh,
Pistons so much.
relocation. Relocation.
They
I
have
hate them so much.
they have 7 top 10 picks on their roster, and the coach who was in the NBA Finals two
I
years
hate them.
ago, and they are the worst team in
What's
basketball.
what's wrong with them?
They're
This,
cursed.
I'll
Everything.
tell you what's wrong with them, Rob. For the last 15 years, they're the most boring team to watch in the NBA. A one-story franchise has been just corrupted by our current ownership. And yeah, and as a result of that, I've barely paid attention to the NBA in the last 3 or 4 years because the Pistons are an absolute shit show.
Join the club, buddy. I haven't paid attention to the NBA since 2009.
You know,
Oh,
speaking of the NBA, the Detroit Pistons are like the New York Giants of basketball. They used to be really good and really storied, in the last like couple of decades or so, but both teams in the last 5 to 10 years are just an embarrassment.
mhm.
And
Don't talk about Tommy DeVito like that.
However, if you probably, I know everyone talks about how teams are cursed, and teams are cursed, but if there's proof that curses can be lifted, look at the Sacramento Kings. That's all I'll say. That's all I'll say. But anyways, we got some NFL action to talk about. We don't want to talk NBA too much. We want to talk about some NFL
Ever.
games that happened this past
Ever.
weekend. Some fun ones, and some not so fun ones. So let's focus on the more fun ones. We'll pop right into it. But before we do that, let's do a quick check-in. I know how you're probably feeling, Rob. Daniel, how you been, man? How you been?
I'm good, man. I
Nice.
just watched the Oilers come back and beat the Jets.
There you
In
go. That's a
hockey.
classic NFL matchup. Oh, you're talking about the hockey teams. Okay.
Yeah,
Woo.
they're
Oh
Canadian
man,
counterparts.
Canadian counterpart. Oh, I saw a really funny meme earlier today. It was the Panthers were playing the Canadians. And the joke was I think it was in the NFL memes subreddit, and it was like finally the NFL has adopted relegation. This is the Panthers playing the Canadians.
Oh, ouch.
So there you
They got
go.
so bad they had to change sports. Damn.
They're playing hockey now. They're playing hockey. And guess what? They're pretty good at it. So
They
there
are
you
pretty
go.
good.
Bryce Young, new career path for you. But man, we there will be some Panthers talk because guess what? They have a new head coach now.
Mhm.
For the fourth time in the past calendar year, they have a new head coach in Carolina. So
Wow.
that's rough. But we'll talk about some other games here too. Let's start right at the top here. New Orleans went to Atlanta, took on the Falcons. Falcons took care of business in this game. Jesse Bates, former Bengal, fantastic.
99 yarder or like 92 yards, I think.
Yep, had the pick six. Bijan Robinson went off in this game. It's amazing what happens when you use him there, Arthur. Um, and New Orleans is kind of just still New Orleans. And Desmond Ritter, I mean, I was lightly paying attention to this game. I had on Red Zone. Um, Desmond Ritter was throwing some ducks still. I still don't believe in that
Hmm.
guy, but it doesn't matter when you got all those guys contributing and the defense playing as well as it was.
That's what happens when you use your stars. Atlanta's finally using their stars. Use Bijan, and how hard was that?
Yep, exactly. Exactly. How hard is it
It's
to use? They're still figuring out how to use Kyle Pitts. That's still a work in
mhm.
progress, but one step at a time. One step at a time. We're getting
It's
there.
you should with how bad the NFC South is, you should be able to win that with that kind of talent.
Hmm.
Bro,
Agreed.
the Falcons, they got such a crusty team, a crusty quarterback, a crusty coach. At least their city's cool.
Yeah. I mean, they got that going for them, that's for sure. They got that
Yeah.
going for them. So, um, but no, you're right. You're right. It's they're the fact that they're in the lead in the NFC South just feels a little weird. However, it doesn't
Hmm.
really feel like any of those teams should be in the lead in any division. So, it's more a reflection of just how bad the NFC South is right now. So,
Mm.
that's a little unfortunate. That the Atlanta Falcons are on pace to be hosting a playoff game in January. Probably against the Dallas Cowboys, which they'll probably get blown out in, but that's okay. Um, Moving on here. So Panthers Titans here. This is a game that lost Frank Reich his job and for good reason. Don't worry, I know we skipped a game. I don't want to talk about it. Um, Fine. We'll go back to Pittsburgh, Cincinnati. There's not much to talk about. I will say, okay, a lot was made of the Steelers finally getting over 400 yards. Credit where credit's due. They did it. They did it. It's a lot easier when you hold the ball for 40 minutes. When you dominate time of possession because the Bengals offense goes 3 and out every single time they touch it, you'll have a lot more chances to get to 400 yards. Steelers offense still wasn't good. They only scored 16 points, but credit where credit's due. Can't Jake Browning's terrible. I knew he was terrible. He is terrible. Actually, when the ball would leave his hands, he didn't look that bad, but gosh, he has zero pocket awareness. It was his biggest issue at UW, and it has not gotten any better. Um,
He had a good first drive.
he did have a good first drive. Well, second drive. He went 3 and out on his first drive.
Oh
He
yeah,
had a
yeah,
good
second.
second drive. The drive,
First, he had a good
however,
first scoring drive.
he had a good first scoring drive. The best drives, actually, his best throws were where he would throw it to a Steelers linebacker who would tip it up in the air, and Jamar Chase would find a way to somehow
That
still
was
catch
awesome.
it. That was great. It happened twice. Happens once. Okay, that's cool. Happens twice. It's like, okay, Jamar, man, I wish we could do better by you this year. T. Higgins is coming back this week. That's fun. Won't matter. We're playing the Jaguars. We're going to get destroyed. But I love you, Jamar Chase. You're the only thing about the NFL I love nowadays. Um, yeah. But yeah, anyways, moving forward to Panthers Titans. A lot more to talk about here because this is the job that got Frank Reich fired. Again, didn't he get fired after the Titans game in Indy last year
I
too?
don't
Am I
remember.
remembering that? He got fired. I want to say he did, but I could just be creating a fake storyline here. Hold on. While I do a
Thought
little
he got
quick,
let go when the season finished, right?
I thought no,
No,
he
no,
because it
Jeff
was
Saturday.
Jeff Saturday.
Oh, that's right. Forgot about
Yeah.
Jeff Saturday.
And he played on Saturday. And then they
And
they
he
had
played
that
on Saturday,
horrible
yeah.
they had that
That's right.
horrible blown lead against the Vikings.
The worst
Okay.
blown lead in
I
NFL
remember
history.
now.
Yeah. Let
No,
me
that wasn't it.
Google
That
this.
wasn't the worst in NFL history.
Thought it was the biggest blown lead in NFL
I feel like
history.
that Oilers Bills one with in the playoffs. I think that might have been it.
Yeah.
Buddy Ryan was correct to punch Ken Gilbride because the run and shoot sucks. It does. You know that famous Buddy Ryan punching Ken Gilbride? You guys don't know your NFL history. It's pretty funny.
Oh, I was wrong though. No, Frank Reich was fired after a loss to the Patriots. It'd been funny if he was fired after a loss to the
It
Titans
would
in
have been.
back-to-back years. Uh, that's brutal. But
Yeah, that would not have been on my bingo sheet for Frank Reich getting fired in 12 games.
no, no, I can't. Jeez, they Tepper's interesting. He's definitely one of those owners who likes to meddle a little bit,
Hmm.
for better or worse.
Yeah, he meddled in not taking CJ, which is so stupid. Who's the interim? Is it McCown?
No, it's not. No, they fired McCown too.
Who's the interim?
Who I think I want to say they've promoted their special teams coordinator. Let me see.
You gotta make Google your default, man.
I know. Chris Tabor. Whoever Chris Tabor is. Yeah, he's the interim right now.
Click on
Chris
him. Let's
Tabor.
see. Let's see what he was.
He doesn't have it, and he doesn't have a Wikipedia page. I'm just kidding. It's just taking a second to load. What the heck? There we go. Chris Tabor. He was with the
Uh-oh.
Browns at one point.
Browns. 18 through
Previously,
21. That was post Hugh Jackson, I think.
yeah,
That
18
is
through
an
21. No,
interesting
that
history.
was the last year of Hugh Jackson. And then he
Oh,
was
he's the
there
Browns
for
Browns special teams forever. Jeez.
yeah, he was with them for a long time. Yeah, he was with them for three different regimes because he was there because 2018 was Hugh Jackson's last year there. Then 2019 was Kitchens, and 20 and 21 were both Stefanski at that point. So
No,
he's
that's
been there. He was
Bears.
there.
That's Bears.
Oh wait. Oh shoot, never mind. Yeah, never mind.
He was there
Bears.
for a
Duh.
lot
He was for
more
Matt. He was there
from
for
11 to
Nagy. Yeah,
17.
yeah. He was there for all the Matt Nagy years. Then I'm
Yeah.
dumb. I saw Browns and CB. Cincinnati Bengals are also CB. There's a lot of CB NFL teams. It's interesting.
That's true.
Um, and then yeah, Carolina Panthers. He's been with them he was there with Matt Rule and stuck around.
Seems
And
like
now
he's respected.
yeah, he's been around for a while. I mean, he's the Benton High School. He was an assistant coach in high school in 1993. Look at
Doesn't
you,
look like he
man.
has much of a playing career. Oh wait, yeah, high school, college, Benedictine.
Benedictine. There you go. Undrafted. He went
Oh, that's a
undrafted in
cool logo.
1993.
Click on that. Click on the. I like that.
Benedictine Ravens. Oh, I
Has a
hated the
little. Has a
Benedictine
little.
Ravens. Has a little sweater.
Has
It's
a
a
little
little
cross
turtleneck.
too. I love that.
Yeah, there
Or
you
are
go.
they? Kansas.
Kansas. As for the Titans, I don't know. There's not much to take away from this game, honestly. You beat the Panthers.
So is
Yay.
everyone else except who was the one team
Except
that
the
they beat?
Texans,
Yeah.
which is weird because the Texans are playing really good football right now. So there you go. Any more thoughts in this game before we move over to another game that probably won't have a lot of thoughts on it?
There's a lot of games I don't have much thoughts on this week.
That's fair. We got one coming up that I'll have thoughts on for all the wrong reasons. But before we do that, we'll
Oh
talk
yes.
Tampa Indy. It's a fun game. Jonathan Taylor had quite the game, and then he got hurt.
Hmm.
Rest in power. Don't pay running backs. But yeah, yeah, like I said, I don't have a lot. I mean, good. I mean, just a good, well played game by both teams. Mike Evans had quite the game. He was on my bench. That's how I know. Um, Baker played all right. I don't know. This is one of those games I was not paying attention to at
Wheels are kind
all.
of falling off for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, yeah. And
Colts are
Colts,
kind of spooky this year. They're 6-5 now.
yeah, Colts
They're
firmly
fun.
in the
They're
playoff
feisty.
race. Yeah.
That's crazy. We picked them to be the worst.
Yep, we did pick them to be the worst. No, no, and they're doing it all without AR. They're doing it with Gardner
I know.
Minshew. It's
Insane.
crazy. It's crazy,
Steichen's
man.
been killing it, man.
Steichen's so good, man. Steichen's a great coach. But moving forward here to the most fun for the wrong reasons game of the week. New England, New York. The battle
Best game of
for
all time.
and you know what? New York is now firmly, and I mean firmly at 4 losses, completely out of the Caleb Williams sweepstake. Tommy DeVito,
You mean
you
wins? You
are.
mean
Oh,
wins?
yeah, wins. Sorry. Tommy DeVito has played himself into being the quarterback of the future for the Jets. Just kidding. No, it's going to be Daniel Jones still. But yeah, they're not going to be able to get Caleb Williams anymore if they have too many wins. As for the Patriots, don't. I guess that's
Honestly, if
Jaws
I
music.
was
That's
Caleb,
I was trying to
if I
do
was
the
Caleb, I'd be like, fuck that. I don't want to play for Belichick.
what if Belichick is gone though?
Um, depends on who they hire, probably. That's a
Robert
pretty
Kraft.
bare
Dun,
cup.
dun, dun,
Those
dun, dun,
cupboards are
dun,
pretty
dun, dun,
bare.
dun, 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 dun,
Honestly,
dun, 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 dun.
who's the most evil out of that triumvirate? Ooh, that's a good word right
Oh,
there.
it's Belichick. Oh, that's a good word. There you go. Ring the bell for that one.
Of Brady, Belichick, and Kraft, it's definitely Belichick most evil, Brady number two, Kraft number three.
True. True. And there are and Kraft's the only one still around. Well, will be the only one still around. But it'll be
Tom
just kind
Brady
of funny.
coach.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Oh,
Well,
Oh, it'd be kind of
hate
sick
that.
actually if Brady came back to New England as head
oh, that would
coach.
be awesome. It's
It'd
just the
be
master becomes
insane.
the apprentice becomes the master.
It'd make the Patriots fun to watch again.
There's no way he wants to coach again or coach
Oh,
after playing.
always to that.
But what if he just really loves the Patriots and really hates that they're what 2-9 right now, and he wants to see them go back to their former glory? He knows he can't play anymore and keep up with the youngins, but if he comes back to coach and he coaches a quarterback prospect like Caleb Williams or Drake May, could be enticing for him. And by the way, that's all said in jest. I highly doubt he comes and coaches anytime
No,
soon, but
he's not going to. He's not, especially not New England. But maybe for like a high school team or something, but not New England. But
Yeah.
gosh,
Um,
that would be funny though. The
oh
evil
man, I'd
empire's
hate it.
back. Evil
I'd hate
empire would
it.
be back. Only without
Shoot,
Belichick.
what dang it. I want him to go away forever. Please never come back. I know he did say that thing to Shadur. He's like, you got to be spending more time in the film room or something earlier in the season. Maybe he'll coach Shadur.
The
replace Deion Sanders at the
Imagine
C.
this head coach, okay, for the Cowboys.
head coach Tom Brady,
No, head coach,
quarterback
Coach
Shador
Joking,
Prime.
Sanders.
man.
Head
He would
coach,
do
Coach
that.
Prime.
Oh, head
OC,
coach
Tom
Coach Prime.
Brady. Draft Shadur. Who's the
Shador.
DC? Warren Sapp. I know he's the D-line
Yeah,
coach
Warren
now.
Sapp, yeah. Um, nah, just keep Dan Quinn around somehow. That'd be sweet. Actually, you know who's on that staff at Colorado as an analyst is Mike Zimmer.
Oh, that's right.
Really?
He's got experience being the defense coordinator for Dallas. He could come back. Jerry, bring him back. He's a good DC. He's a good DC. People hate on him too much.
I think he's an asshole.
Dak's playing too well though. Dak's low key an MVP candidate right now. So they don't need to replace him with Shador.
Talk about another low-key MVP candidate, though. How about CJ Stroud?
CJ Stroud, that's right. Well, maybe not now that they've lost this game. If they won this game and were in first place in the AFC South, oh boy, you'd have to think about it. He did win NFC offensive player or not NFC, AFC offensive player of the month though. So shout out CJ. Yeah, he's playing really well, man. He's playing so well. Took the Jags right down to the wire. This game was horribly officiated, by the way. I'm not saying that would have meant that if they wasn't, the Texans would have won, but horrible officiating this game. But Jags are now 2-game lead in the AFC South, so kind of supplanting themselves there at the top. Texans still though very feisty, very strong
Hmm.
chance they end up with a wild card and
A doink away from a win, man.
doinked
Future's
right
bright there.
off the front of the crossbar too. It's tough. It's tough. It was right down the middle, but off the front. It's tough. But yeah, they got a bright present in Houston right now, honestly. Let alone a bright future. So they're gonna be a fun team for many, many years there. And as for Jacksonville, yeah, you're one of the best teams in the AFC. Congratulations. Um, Still a little weird. Still a little fraudulent, but it's okay because we're going to win by 30 on Monday night. So don't worry too
Mm.
much about that. That will be the thing that breaks my heart the most, I think, on Monday is that the Bengals are going to lose a game wearing the white helmets. That's going
That'll
to
be
make me
interesting.
sad. They're 3-0 in them right now.
Mm. Action Green used to have an insane record.
Yeah. Well, throwbacks are 1-1 now.
That's true. That's true.
Should have won them
Um,
against the Steelers, man. Y'all would have beat the Steelers. But that's all right. That's all right. Wearing them on the road was an
we're not. Do
interesting
we play the
choice.
Steelers?
Yeah, I think second to last week of the season, I want to
That would
say.
have been
New
fun.
Year's Eve.
That would have been fun. Yeah.
That would have been great. But oh well. Can't make that call now. They've run out of alternate games. They've already won alternates in 3 games now, so run out. But any more thoughts on Jacksonville, Houston? No? Cool. All
Um,
right.
I wonder what it would look like. This is totally unrelated. Just talking about alternates.
Yeah.
Seahawks have worn the action green tops with blue bottoms. I wonder how that would look reverse of blue tops with action green bottoms. I think that would look really bad.
It would look horrible. I feel like it would really look horrible.
Oh, action green. What about white tops with action green pants? Because they have gone white tops, blue pants.
This is how you get kicked off the pod here, Rob. Just playing.
All right,
Couldn't do without my co-host, but that sounds horrible. That literally
that sounds
sounds
amazing.
awful. Um, let's see. Cleveland and Denver here.
Russ looks
Denver
back
took
to
it to him.
form.
Russ is won 5 in a row. Right back in it for a AFC wildcard spot potential. Only 2 games back of the Chiefs for an AFC West title right now. And granted, they're not going to catch the
Wow.
Chiefs, but shoot, man, they're right there. They're right there.
Let Russ cook.
Let Russ cook is back. I mean, he's only on 134 yards, but that's all he needed. Oh, and apparently Myles Garrett is hurt now. So Cleveland is officially cursed. If
Yep.
they're cursed. They're 7-4. How long they remain 7? Dorian Thompson-Robinson got hurt again, so they're back to
Joe
PJ Walker.
Flacco.
Joe
Now
Flacco, yeah.
there's talks it might be Flacco. He's an elite quarterback. Have you guys ever seen that Trump
Yeah, Trump, yeah. I think
talking
he's
about
a
Joe
very elite
Flacco in
quarterback.
2015? That's one of my favorites up there.
Yeah. Um, yeah, from a Cleveland standpoint, like we already knew you guys were cursed. Yeah. Broncos are rolling, or should I say they're riding?
Riding, let's
All right, let's
ride.
Broncos
ride.
country, let's ride.
Let's ride.
Broncos country. Let's ride.
Let's ride. Let's see. Next up here, LA and Arizona. Nothing really to talk about in this game.
Stafford was dealing, man. You ought to talk about that a little bit.
All right,
Full
fine. Go
touchdown
ahead.
passer.
Go ahead and talk about Staffy.
Mr. Prime Time Matthew Stafford, bro, he looked kind of vintage in that game.
It was
Oh
against the
man.
Cardinals, dog.
Let me have this, Robert. Let me celebrate Matthew Stafford's accomplishments. The man is basically geriatric at this point from all the like little injuries that he's picked up the last
He's
few
gonna be in a
years. So whenever
wheelchair.
he has a game like this, I gotta shout him out, man. That's all I got for this game. The rest of the game was useless, but I love Matthew Stafford, man.
Yeah, Cards are probably
What
gonna have the top pick.
Yeah, no, I was
probably.
doing a little seasonal prediction. I mean, if the Panthers win one more game, Arizona's right back in number one. I think so, somewhere along the
I
line,
think
playing in the NFC
they'll
South, they
get
will.
one. They'll get one.
Yeah. Just shame. I mean, Kyler's not even playing that bad. It's just the rest of that team is just awful.
They play hard. You got to give them some respect
Play
for that.
hard. Play hard. Who would trade for Kyler? Because his contract's ridiculous.
Maybe Chicago.
Mm.
I don't know if that's any better than Justin, though, to be quite honest. Maybe a little more
Patriots.
refined. Oh, Patriots. I think they'd rather just go with Drake May, though.
Yeah,
Get the young guy. Maybe Tampa. Tampa would make sense.
Ooh, that would be fun.
Atlanta?
Tampa has some cap
Atlanta's a good
problems
one.
though.
Atlanta's a good one.
Atlanta would be really fun. They tried to get Deshaun.
They did try to get Deshaun. They did try to get Deshaun. That's
I
right.
like that a lot. I'd like Kyler to the Falcons. That would be a lot of fun.
That would be a lot of fun. The Browns. Wait, just kidding. I forgot. They've got their own QB cap issues to deal with. I forgot. They could use Deshaun though. Actually, let's see. Or sorry, they could use Kyler though. Let's go team by team. Jets, no. No one in the North. Maybe the Steelers.
I feel like Kyler Murray in Pittsburgh would be really weird though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be a good fit. It wouldn't be
I
a
don't
good
like that
cultural
fit.
fit. It would not
No.
be a good cultural. Maybe the
Atlanta's
Raiders.
perfect.
Maybe the
Honestly,
Raiders.
I want to see him go to Atlanta, if only because it would kind of harken back to when they had Mike Vick all those years
Yeah.
ago.
Mini
Yeah.
Vic.
Exactly.
Mini Vic.
Mini Vic.
You've heard of Vanilla Vic. Now get ready for Mini Vic.
Who's Vanilla Vic?
Was
that Tebow?
Daniel Jones, Danny Dimes.
Daniel Jones.
Well, I mean that's a joke. It's a joke. He's not actually, but
yeah. Tebow's pretty damn close to a Vanilla Vic, though.
That's true. He was lefty. It was lefty. Granted, he couldn't throw for crap, and Mike
Vic
had
could throw better.
cannon attached to his right shoulder.
Did Vic ever have did he ever play in any prison games? Imagine
Maybe
getting carved up by Vic
by
in
Mike
prison.
Vick. Oh gosh.
Imagine like being a defender, being a pretty decent defender at like your prison team, prison league or whatever, and then
Hmm.
Vic comes in, and you're like, oh my God, I gotta have to tackle this guy.
Yeah, no, he probably dominated those prison yard games, man. It probably wasn't even
Especially because
fair.
that was prime Vic. That was prime.
Yeah, no, that's right. I mean, yeah, that was right after his time with Atlanta and right before his time with Philly. Like his good years with Philly too, not even the years where he fell off there. So, um,
Remember when Mike
no.
Vick was a Steeler?
Yeah, for like two
So
games
weird,
because
man.
of
That was a
yeah,
weird one.
that was weird. That was really weird. We don't like to think about that. We don't like to think about weird times like that, like when Joe Flacco's gonna be a Joe
Brown.
Flacco's Joe Flacco's gonna be a Brown. Oh gosh, I hate
How is
that.
he
That's
still in the league?
Yeah, I thought it was like 50.
Um,
he's getting there. He's getting there. Anyways, though, Chiefs, Raiders, not much to talk about here. Chiefs dominated like I predicted they would. Oh, by the way, quick mention, +2 week for me. Or no, +1 week for me because we went 2-1. I got the Broncos and Chiefs. Mr. Rob got the Jaguars. So +5
yeah,
on the season for your boy. Quite the turnaround from a few weeks ago. So I'm happy about
that's
that.
true. It'll
Um,
turn around just as quick. There's a lot of time left.
that's very
I'm having a
possible.
+6 week this week. Book it.
Well, we have to have 6 disagreements for that to happen.
Book it.
Book it. All right, all right. Well, in that case, yeah, I don't know. There's not much for me to talk about this Chiefs Raiders game.
Nope. Interim coach getting figured out. It happens.
Yep. Yep. Had a fun couple weeks there, Antonio. But I think a big part of that was you playing the Giants and Jets. So, um,
Yeah. Yeah.
what a game this was in Philly, though. Buffalo
Oh
and Philly.
yeah.
Oh gosh, this is a game of the year, man. This is a game of the year so far,
Hmm.
for sure. What a game. Just everything. Both quarterbacks just went off. Josh Allen on the ground, 2 touchdowns, 81 yards rushing was the team's lead or the game's leading rusher. But it was Jalen Hurts running it in for the game-winning touchdown in overtime. You had Jake Elliott making the 59-yard field goal in the downpour just to get to overtime. Like this game had everything, man. This was
That that kick in the weather was insane.
mhm. Oh yeah. Like the
Shout out to
degree of
Jake Elliott.
difficulty on that. Oh yeah.
That was such a
Bengals
hard
draft pick,
kick.
by the way. Bengals draft pick. They cut him in training camp. Shout out Marvin Lewis for that. You're welcome, Philadelphia. Um,
No, that's probably game of the year for me so far. I can't think of
oh,
many others.
100%. 100%. Um, maybe Browns Steelers last week, the 13-10 game, but game of the year like the other way where it's just funny, like so bad it's good type of way.
Yeah.
This was just so good it's good. So,
Oh yeah.
honestly, even tonight's game, the Seattle Dallas
That
until
was
the
a
end
fun
was a
one.
contender. Was a contender. But um
The refing really dulls that one for me a bit.
you can make the argument about this game though too though. This game was not very well officiated either. If
It's not that. It was the sheer amount. It's not just like good or bad
quality,
officiated.
yeah,
It
it's just
was just
quantity.
so many flags. We'll get to it. We'll get to
We'll
it. I
get
have a
to it.
lot to
We'll
say
get to
about
it.
that one.
Yeah, we'll make sure we get to it. I don't know. It's hard to say because it such a good game, and I missed
Hmm.
it because I was working. I saw parts of it. I had on the background, but I missed large portions of it for work. So that was a big sad moment for me. But yeah, fantastic game. Shout out both these teams. Buffalo looks like they're gonna miss the playoffs. The schedule does not get easier from here,
So
but
sad, man.
they took it to Philly. I'll give them credit. They definitely took it to Philly. But down year, Bengals are gonna miss the playoffs. Bills are gonna miss the playoffs. Those teams will be back next year. So, um, speaking of something. I don't know. Ravens Chargers. That was segue of the year right there. Um, Chargers suck. Sorry, there's no other way to put it. Brandon Staley's a clown. He's a joke. Fire him. Send him into the sun. I don't care. No way this Chargers team should be this talented and also this bad. It's crazy.
Really been charging it up this year.
They
Hmm.
have been. This is new levels of charging. This is new levels of charging. They're just a bad football team. It's crazy. It's like I think they might be cursed. I know we've already joked about being cursed a few times on this pod. We call this the cursed episode. Chargers are cursed. There's no way around it. They're cursed.
Hmm.
They're dead. And that's not a curse that's getting lifted anytime soon. You blow a 27-0 lead in the wild card round to the Jacksonville Jaguars, you're cursed.
Hmm.
And Brandon Staley needs to go. He's
He
horrible.
is worn out his welcome. Get
He's the
a
next coach
offensive
getting
coach.
fired. He's the
I'm
next coach
surprised
getting
he hasn't
fired.
gotten canned yet.
I thought he was going to get fired after this game, to be quite honest with you. I'm shocked he wasn't.
Hmm.
I'm shocked he wasn't fired after this game. They're probably going to keep him through the end of the year at this point, but he should be fired tomorrow. There's rumors that the Chargers are going to go after Belichick if they have a shot at it. I don't know if that's going to help much. I don't know if him and Herbert will get along very well. I mean, Herbert's not like a fiery guy who's like going to get in the coach's face, but it's just like he seems a little too like I don't know passive to be Belichick's coach. If that makes sense. It's
Hmm.
just like his personality. Like I feel like Belichick would just be like too hard on him. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but Herbert
Belichick's got to
seems
retire, man.
Herbert
Belichick's
would
got to
be a
retire.
good fit with like a McVay style personality
Mm,
coach. Belichick is definitely not
yeah, I agree. Just, a fun younger guy.
that. As for the Ravens, congratulations. You keep winning.
That wasn't
Sure.
their best game,
It was not.
but
It
I mean, that's
wasn't.
what happens when you don't have your best offensive weapon.
Mhm. And they won't for the rest of the season. Well,
That was just that's a tough blow for him.
stuff,
And
bro.
and the chemistry for Lamar and him are just, very underrated.
Yep, exactly. Exactly. Although Zay Flowers is developing into a real dude. You know who was taking one pick before Zay Flowers?
Quentin Johnston.
Quentin
Quentin
Johnston.
Johnston. What a
Hey, I
what a
I liked I liked Zay better than JSN personally. JSN had his best game tonight though.
yeah. Jordan Addison also. I mean, of those three, or those four, they were picked back to back to back to back.
Hmm.
All have been pretty good, except for Quentin Johnson, who's been horrible. Sorry, Quentin. If you're watching this, you're not watching this. But if you are, sorry. You've been really bad. Shout out to Jackson, Zay, and Jordan, though, for being really good. Um, and then finally, game of the year here in an NFC North
I
matchup.
have a confession. I
What's
didn't
that?
watch this game.
Oh,
First prime time I've
you
missed.
missed a lot. You missed a lot, man.
You did, man. You
We
missed
well
Josh Dobbs look like Tim Tebow
we kicked off the
In a good way or
NFL.
a bad way?
in a very, very bad way.
He was horrible, man. He
Dude,
was so
dude,
bad.
4 picks. There was one point in the game that I was watching a little bit of it because NFC North matchup. Bro,
Hmm.
Dobbs has 3 picks. 3 picks. The Bears are only up 9-3, and then the Bears like turn it over or something, and then the Vikings go down and take the lead.
No, you know
Bro,
what the
10 to
game flow of
9.
this was? The game
Yeah,
flow
let's hear
was
it.
exactly what he said. It was 9-3 in the fourth quarter. The Vikings score, or yeah, Vikings score a touchdown with about 4-ish minutes left to take a 10-9 lead. The Bears get the ball back, obviously. Justin Fields fumbles. So the Vikings have the ball on the Bears like 35-yard line. They proceed to lose yards, punt, and with like about I think pretty much exactly the 2-minute warning. And the Bears get it down to field goal range and kick the game-winning field goal as time expired.
That's awesome.
It was horrible. It's like what are we doing here, guys? What are we
That's
doing
an
here,
Iowa
guys?
football game.
It really was an Iowa football game. Like this was peak Iowa football.
Oh,
Um,
speaking of Iowa football, before we move on
yeah.
to next week's picks, I have a fun bet that we talked about last episode, but Mr. Lesenby wasn't there for us.
Yeah.
Guess the over under for Iowa first half points this weekend, Daniel.
Wait, you said Iowa against who?
Michigan.
Michigan. Over
Iowa,
under on how many points they score in the first half.
is it Michigan like minus? I'm gonna say Michigan like minus 14 around
No,
there.
no, no,
Oh
no,
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 the
no.
game spread's worse. The game spread's like Michigan minus
26.
23. Or is it 26 now? Okay.
Oh,
One of those two. One of those two. But no, no, we're talking about how many points, the over under on how many points Iowa scores in the first half.
I don't know, man.
0.5.
So the bet is basically will they get shut out or will they score 1 point or
Which is
more?
dumb because they can't score 1 point even with the safety, a 1 point safety. Because you got to score a touchdown for a 1 point safety.
No, that's the Michigan has to score a touchdown for you to get a 1 point safety. So what? So the pathway
Oh,
to
you're
a one
right.
point
You're right. You're
safety.
right. Because you get the turnover in the end zone, take it out, fumble it back into the end zone. Yep.
Yep, exactly.
I just,
Exactly.
I would, I would just want them to just like intentionally bat it into there, so it's a safety.
So they get the 1 point. That'd be incredible. Um, yeah, yeah. So this was a
I,
classic Iowa
I, I,
football game, though.
oh man, that would be awesome if that happens. All right, let's get into this week's projections.
All right, go
Oh
ahead.
wait, 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 wait.
Gotta talk some Thursday night football
We
first.
gotta talk some Thursday night
I'll
football.
let you
Oh
take the.
gosh,
I watched this game. Don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna let you take the lead on it
thank
because
you,
I
thank you,
know
thank you.
you'll have the most thoughts.
That was a rough one. That one hurt. That one hurt pretty bad for one I can remember lately for a Seahawks game. I can't remember the last time that an L felt that bad. I've been pretty numb to it this year since I've definitely caught Husky fever, but this one hurt pretty damn bad. Gino balled out. I'm not gonna blame this game on Gino. Um, defense giving up 41's rough. That's pretty tough. Um, my biggest issue probably will have to be with just Shane again. Um, there's just no identity in this offense. There's no cohesion. There's no rhythm. There's no overall vision for it. And then the another thing that just annoyed me was his fourth down play calling. So we had fourth and three or less in a row to close out the game, and our last three drives were all fourth and three left. It was a fourth and one, fourth and two, fourth and three. That converts at least above 50%. Fourth and one's at 90% conversion. We didn't get a single one of them. And the play calling there just baffles me. The fourth and one, you go in a heavy set, I think three tight end look. It was either two or three. Plus Jake Bobo. Split out wide. Then you run, and then you run split zone, it gets blown up for a loss. I don't know why you're running split zone with the heavy set. The whole reason, see, it's like Waldron doesn't know the reason for plays. The whole reason for split zone is that's a spread running play. You want to have you don't want to have that many people in the box when you're running split zone. Uh, and then the fourth and two, you had a little sail route. I forget the exact name of the concept, but number one in, number two post, number or corner, number three in as well. So you got a 1-on-1 there. But the pressure got there, totally missed it, and it was a one man read. And then the last fourth down, let's slide the protection away from Micah Parsons. And he gets there for a back away to slide over there. It was blown up immediately. Horrible play call, especially setting that protection. It just baffles me. It's very frustrating. I wouldn't mind saying goodbye to him. Gino played well. Charbonnet played well. JSN had his best game. I'm gonna go with what the referee that I forget who the guest ref for Thursday night is, but he said JSN's touchdown catch was good at the end of the first, and I agree with him there. But at least ball didn't lie. Horrible sequence there. It's like touchdown penalty review, blah blah blah, another touchdown timeout, just horrible. And then the reffing. I never blame refs for games. I'm more mad about them just for the enjoyment of that game. It was so bad. They just let them play. Just let them play. There was just penalties every other play, and a lot of them were a little iffy. It just wasn't an enjoyable game to watch because of all those penalties, just stopping things. Just let them play. And then, Bobby got called for a pretty iffy PI, and basically the same thing happened, and we didn't get the call on one of our second to last drives. Frustrating game. Gino played well, couldn't play good enough. A lot of mistakes on defense too. Daryl Taylor letting Dak go there. And that's just a symptom of letting QBs, if they're in the grass, call it down. It's frustrating. Frustrating loss.
Yep. Yep. I agree. If I was a Seahawks fan, I would I'd be pretty disappointed in that game, especially because that was one where you could really save what looks to be maybe a crumbling season. That was an
Yeah.
opportunity to save it.
Yeah. Yeah. And couldn't get it done.
And get it done.
It's getting stale. It's getting stale.
That's 4 straight losses now, right?
Yep. It might be
Yeah, is it? No, I think it's
three.
3 out of 4. It's three of the past 4, but then I know
I
it's
thought they
four of the
started
past
6 and
five.
2, and they're 6 and 6 right now.
4 of the past 5.
Yeah,
They
we
started
we
6-3, but they
yeah.
started 5-2.
Okay.
Yeah, they had the Commanders win, walk-off field goal win in there. So they could be if it weren't for that, they'd be looking at losing 5 in a row right now, which would really be season over. So at least they beat the commies, right?
Oh man, we gotta play the Niners again at Santa Clara.
Yep.
Hey, at
Yep.
least we're playing the Eagles on a Monday.
Yeah, that got flexed. Also, same week 15 flex is Bengals Vikings are playing on Saturday now, guys. You want to see Nate Mullins versus Jake Browning
Oh
on a
gosh.
Yes,
nationally
I
televised
do.
spot?
I do.
You do? Okay, good,
Yeah.
good. Someone does. Actually, you know what? Nate Mullins versus Jake Browning is an old college football bowl matchup. That's 2015 Huskies
That's why I
versus
jumped right to
SMU.
No way. Not SMU, Southern Miss.
Or Southern Miss. Yeah, Southern Miss. Yeah.
I did not
Different
know he
SMU.
played there. I thought Nick
Yep.
Mullins was Iowa or
Wait,
Nate
hold on.
Mullins.
Well, that's why they flexed the game
2015.
then, because they wanted to bring back an old college matchup.
Yeah, wait, 2015 Washington Huskies. What bowl game did they play? The Heart of Dallas Bowl. That's
Yeah, that was
right.
a weird one.
2015 Heart of Dallas Bowl. Here we go. I'm gonna show you Washington versus Southern Miss. Let's go. Game
Todd Monken
summary.
was the head coach. Wow.
Man.
Uh, Miles Gaskin had a good game. I remember. That's what I remember. Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl. That was a weird bowl selection for us. That's
Hmm.
weird that we were 6-6 the year before the. Go
Gosh,
back
yeah.
to see who that quarterback was.
That was Jake Browning.
No, 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 for Southern Miss.
Yeah, it was
It was Nick Mullins. You were saying Nate.
yeah. Oh, Nick. Yeah, Nick Mullins. Nick Mullins. Sorry. Yeah. So there's a good chance we get a 2015 Heart
Oh,
of
that's right.
Dallas Bowl.
Cameron Van Winkle was the
Yep.
kicker. I forgot about him. That was before you guys.
Yep.
I forgot
Oh
about
yeah.
him. Awesome named kicker. He was cool. Uh, I see. I bet that they won't bring that up though. But we know. We know. Give us a job in data and stats.
Yeah, no, they better bring that up. That it's a actually, hold on. I have to text my brother-in-law that because he's a Vikings fan. So
I thought you were gonna say Southern Miss fan.
oh yeah, there's not a whole
Come to
lot of
this
those there.
podcast and we can talk about the 2015 Heart of Dallas Bowl.
44-31. Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl. Rematch of the 2015 of the classic 44-31 2015 Zaxby's Heart of Dallas Bowl. There we go. He'll love that. He'll love that. But anyways, let's get on some picks. Let's get on some picks. So we both got this wrong because we both picked
I
the
should have known. I should
Cowboys.
have known too, because as we've said, as I said before, the jerseys are worth four, and I think it was a 5 point
The
game,
6 point, yeah, 6.
6 points.
But
So
there you go, right there.
that I should have been right about the jerseys, man. I should have followed that.
Should have trusted it. But let's get into it. Colts going to Tennessee to take on the Titans. Colts playing really well right now, as we've talked about. Titans, not so much, although they are coming off a win over the Panthers. Colts favored by 1 in this game. 3-0 against the spread this season. I'm gonna say that continue. I mean, -1's basically a pick 'em. I'll take the Colts to win this one straight up.
Hmm. Yeah, I don't like the way the Titans are playing lately. I'm going to take the Colts as well. Colts are fun.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Titans. We're gonna win by a field goal.
All right, there we
Ooh.
go. A little difference. All right.
The AFC South is a weird division.
That's true.
I don't know what it is about it. It's like you have like all these other divisions in the league, and the AFC South is just like feels like a. I don't know about you guys, but it feels like a different vibe, just in general.
I
Something
agree.
about
Mm.
those teams.
It's weird. It's weird. It'll be better when the Texans have make the battle red uniforms their primary next season.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
Oh, we'll see.
Moving forward here too. Speaking of weird AFC teams, we got the Chargers and the Patriots. Chargers going to New England, where they are 5.5 point favorites. Cross country road trip here, playing on the East Coast in 1 p.m. Eastern, so early game for the Chargers here. However, important to note, Patriots are really bad at football. Like just awful, awful. So
Finally.
even though I talked a lot about how the Chargers are bad earlier, the Patriots are a whole new level of stink. So give me the Chargers -5.5. I might regret that one. I think there's a good chance I do, but Patriots are so
You
bad.
won't. You won't. Patriots are terrible. They're really
Mhm.
bad. Um, I'm taking Chargers as well. I don't think the Patriots can keep up even though the Chargers are bad. I think they'll be able to score a little bit.
Mhm.
Be the Chargers. They've at least been okay against the dregs of the league, and I think that'll continue.
Hmm.
Yeah. Speaking of the dregs of the league, we got the Lions. I'm just playing.
I
That's good.
was gonna say you're
Nah.
not wrong, Ben.
Historically, I'm not wrong. This year, I am very wrong, though. Lions, 4.5 point favorites, going to the Superdome. Tough place to play. Um, what say you, Daniel? I'll let you lead this one off.
Yeah, surprisingly for a Lions game, I don't really have too much to say about this one. I think we kind of have an idea of what they're about this year. We kind of know what the Saints are about this year. I mean, I take Detroit in this game. I think it'll be like kind of close, but I'm confident the Lions will come out, they'll win this, go 9-3. I don't know, guys. I don't know about you, but the Lions are kind of who I thought they'd be this year. Like they a good team, but they're not quite a real Super Bowl contender yet. I think they
Hmm.
still need another year, maybe two, to really get there. And I think they will. I'm optimistic they will, but it's a little early this year. So just kind of a little outlook for
Hmm.
how I think the season's going to play out because there's going to be some interesting games coming up. But this, admittedly, is not one of them. Pretty milk toast matchup. I think Detroit takes care of business. I think
I'm gonna agree
Saints
with
get
you
this
there.
right.
I'm gonna like the Lions to cover here. I think the
Hmm.
Saints are quite bad, especially how they played against Desmond Ritter last week. I think this is a good
Oh my
get back
God,
game for
yeah.
the Lions.
Yep, I agree with you guys. Also important. Saints are 0-4 at home this year. Or 0-4 against the spread at home this
Hey,
season. So,
Bo, I
Oh
can't hear you.
man,
oh wait, hold on. Is my audio not working?
Can
Uh-oh.
you hear him,
Test.
Daniel?
I can hear Bo.
Hello?
I can't hear you, so that must be me.
Daniel, you got me?
I can hear you.
That's
I
very
can hear.
strange.
I can hear both of y'all.
Yeah, it says my audio's picking up on Zoom, so that's really weird. Rob, you good?
Oh, say that
Or
again.
am I back? Am I
Yep, we're
back?
back. We're back. We're back. We're
Okay.
back.
Oh, whew. All
I
right.
think that was me. I think that was on my end, actually.
Interesting. Interesting. But we're all good. So, I was just saying, I agree with both of you guys. Also important to the Saints 0-4 against the spread at home this season. Crazy considering how normally they play really well in
Hmm.
the Superdome, but not so much this year. Lions take care of business. Falcons going up to New Jersey to take on the New Jersey Jets.
Hmm.
Falcons, are they starting to open up their offense? Maybe finally going it through Bijan. Um, maybe we'll see. Um, they're favorites in this game, and they've struggled as favorites so far this year. Falcon 0-6 against the spread in their last 6 games as favorites, including 1-6 against the spread this season. However, the Jets are horrible. I think that's something you always need to take in consideration with this conversation. The Jets, they were on bye this past week. No, never mind. They played on Friday. Never mind. They played the Black Friday game with Tim Boyle as their quarterback. Um, yeah, Tim Boyle's their quarterback. Give me the Falcons.
I'm gonna agree there, unless Aaron Rodgers comes back this week with his
Hmm.
and with his cyborg Achilles.
His ayahuasca Achilles.
Alaska Achilles. I love that, man. The cyborg one's kind of cool too. I can just imagine him going on the field with like some electronic, just like
Beep
leg
boop beep.
coverage. Exactly.
It's how Russell Wilson was so good all those years.
Dude, right?
All right,
You know,
shout out to the listeners. I got a deep cut for you guys to check out. One of my favorite videos ever. It was the old real Mike Rob report. And that was Michael Robinson's vlog that he did during this LOB era in the locker room every week. A lot of them are lost to history, but my favorite one still exists, and it's the Is Russell Wilson a Robot episode. And they planted a bunch of things in Russell Wilson's locker, like electrical tape and like batteries and stuff. And what they said was skin tone paint, what looked like his skin tone. Tiger Woods colored paint is what they called it. And that was proof that Russell Wilson was a robot. Make your own conclusions, people. But that's shout out and look up that one. That's a classic.
There you go. There you go. I'll have to find that one. Find that one. Go ahead, Daniel. What Falcons Jets? What's the pick here?
Falcons Jets. If the Jets had a competent quarterback, I would honestly take the Jets because I think their defense is still legit.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
Tim Boyle is so bad. I don't know why he's in the NFL. You kind of have to take the Falcons. If the Jets win, dude, I don't know. I feel like I got to bet something. I won't, but I feel like I should. Give me the
Hmm.
Falcons.
Cardinals going to Pittsburgh. Speaking of incompetent quarterback play, we got Kenny Pickett on one side of this game. Kyler Murray's back and he's slinging it and he's playing pretty well. But the Cardinals are still a really bad football team. They're going cross country. Steelers win this game by more than 5.5. In fact, probably pretty confidently. So give me Steelers.
Yeah, give me the Steelers.
Rob.
I'm gonna go Steelers here. I've you know I don't bet against the Steelers this year, and that's been pretty good for me.
Um, I'd love to be wrong about this game, but I won't be. Panthers going to the Buccaneers, now led by Chris Tabor. Shout out to him. Congratulations. I actually know who's their interim OC. This will be a deep cut for you, Daniel.
Ooh.
Jim Caldwell is the interim OC in Carolina.
Oh, was he already on the
Okay,
staff or did they just
okay.
bring him
Yeah, he
in?
was. No, he was already
Interesting.
on the staff. So
Interesting. That's a fun one.
the
Yeah.
offense might actually improve a little bit. They're going to Tampa, where Buccaneers are 5-point faves. Um, let's let Daniel lead this one off, actually.
Ooh, take it.
Low key, if Jim Caldwell, low key should be a head coach candidate for the Panthers. I think he would do an okay job with them.
Hmm.
He's got a nice even keel to him. But boys, new coach bounce. I'm taking the Panthers.
Me and
They're
Rob
gonna
had a
win this
debate
game.
about this earlier in the year if the new coach
It
bounce
does
is a
not
real
exist.
thing,
It does not exist.
and
I'm
and
taking
it
the
worked
Bucks.
for the Raiders.
Taking the Bucks. It's not real.
I think there's a little bit of realism to it,
It's
if
not
only
real.
because the players get motivated. Okay.
I'm gonna do this offseason. I'm gonna do a intensive study of this phenomenon, and I believe it is not real.
I'm gonna take the
It's
Bucks as
just,
well.
it's just vibes based thinking.
I don't know. The Panthers are just so bad. I want to believe in Jim Caldwell. If Jim Caldwell shows enough as offense coordinator here to have them playing well. Like I I'll think about the Panthers a little bit more the rest of the year, but Panthers are just so bad, man. We'll see though. So I'm taking Bucks -5 here. Um, Dolphins going to Washington, where the Fins are
Oh,
coming in,
Landover, Maryland.
dropping 9.5 points on their flight in. Um, Tommy's coming off a blowout loss to the Cowboys. Dolphins coming off of a blowout win over the Jets. What say you, Mr. Jokin?
I think we're going to see more of the same from both teams. Give me the Dolphins to cover.
Agreed. Agreed. Yeah. Dolphins are playing really good football right now. And most importantly, they're playing a bad team. They play good against bad teams. And the
Oh, that's
Commanders are a
true.
bad team.
Very true.
So, yeah, go ahead, Daniel.
Tommy 70, Dolphins 20. I'm kidding. Give me the Dolphins.
That'd be pretty iconic. That'd be pretty iconic.
Really
Just
dope.
single-handedly see the Dolphins point differential just flip on its head in one game. Gosh, man. When you win a game by 50, like your point differential is going to be insane the rest of the year, no matter how
Oh,
the
yeah.
rest of your year goes. So,
Oh, yeah.
Broncos going to NRG Stadium to take on the Texans. Texans 3.5 point favorites in a game that could end up deciding an AFC wildcard spot. Broncos defense has seriously turned it around over the past 5 or so games. They're playing really, really well. So well, in fact. Give me the Broncos +3.5.
Ooh, that's spicy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Texans here. I
All
like the
right, there you
Texans.
go.
I like CJ.
I like the
There you
Denver
go.
Broncos in this game. I think they keep rolling 6 straight wins.
There you go. There you go. Well, there's our first difference. There's our first difference on the year. I just said
I'm a big CJ head. I'm a big CJ head.
I trust the experience, I think, of Russ and Peyton versus Stroud and D'Amico. Although, again, CJ's playing really well right now. I'm excited for this
Hmm.
game. This will be a fun one.
I wonder if what's his name's gonna get a head coaching gig after this.
Oh, Slovic.
Yeah.
He should be up for one, I think. I think he should be up for one. Um, Cleveland going to, speaking of head coaches named Sean, got Sean McVay taking on Kevin Stefanski. There you go. There's the segue. Browns going to SoFi to take on the Los Angeles Rams. Rams are 3.5 point favorites. Since this is Stafford's team, we'll let Daniel lead off.
I don't know if Stafford's going to be dealing quite as much against his old head coach's defense, but this is actually low-key kind of a nice matchup, seeing a Jim Schwartz
Hmm.
defense go against his old quarterback, man. Dude,
Yeah.
I'm so happy for Stafford, man. I love that guy so much. Anyway, it'll probably be kind of low scoring, honestly. I feel like this game is going to suck, but give me the Rams by a little bit just because PJ Walker's really, really bad. And I feel like the Browns are just, they have like a lot of cursed juju this year.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like
Joe
you guys will be getting
Flacco,
the same
baby.
lesson.
I'm gonna go Rams here, because Joe Flacco might be their starting quarterback. And Miles Garrett, what's up with him?
Right. Didn't practice today. So yeah, I feel you there. I agree. Yeah, I think the Browns, especially going across the country. Rams, I know, Rams aren't playing the Cardinals again this week by any means, but the offense did look really good last week.
Hmm.
So I think they just get just enough, and defense does enough to keep the Browns under 10 points or 12 points, whatever. I mean, Browns, let me see. Their score, I mean, since Watson got hurt, they've scored 12 points and 13 points. I have faith the Rams can score more than 13 points. So, yep, give me the Rams in this one, especially at home. Um, Great game here in Philly. Gosh, Philly hosting back-to-back game of the week potentials here.
Jeez,
San
rematch.
Francisco going to Philly, NFC Championship rematch. They're dropping 3 points on the flight over. Boy, it's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun one. Both teams playing really well right now. Philly, a little suspicious, a little sus here and there. But they pulled out a big win against a talented Bills team, despite what their record says, still a really talented Bills team. Um,
I
Which
like
you
how
re
the Eagles match up here. I'm taking the
hmm
Eagles with the points.
hmm I agree.
I think it makes sense.
I think it's just the fact they are getting points and they're at home and they are again 10-1. Got to factor that in. So give
That's
me
some
Philly
line
+3.
movement though. Open the Eagles -1.
Yeah, yeah, big time line movement there. Daniel,
I'm gonna take the Niners, boys. I think they're gonna win this game. It'll be really competitive, but I think Eagles are gonna fall to 10-2.
there you go, there you go. Sunday night football. Chiefs going to Green Bay to take on Daniel's favorite team, the Packers. Packers getting 6 points at home.
So this is a homecoming for Andy Reid. He coached under Holmgren.
Oh, I didn't know that. I was gonna say it's a
Yeah, you know
homecoming for
that.
Marquez Valdez-Scantling, who is every
Mm.
Chiefs player, Chiefs fan's
Super
favorite
Bowl one
player.
rematch, and it's
It is a
Patrick's
Super Bowl one
first trip
rematch.
to Lambeau.
That is true. That is true. Yeah.
And there's no better way to do it than in December.
Yep. We got some December football. Oh, what's going on with my lighting? There we go. We got some December football, boys. It's time to pull out the hot cocoa in the oven or the oven mitts, the hand mitts, the
I had
what?
hot cocoa at the Apple Cup. It was pretty cold, man.
There you go. The Apple Cup always feels cold, man. I feel like every year that's cold. It won't be
Especially at
cold
Martin,
next year.
especially at Martin Stadium. Jeez.
Oh, yeah. It won't be cold next year though. So that'll be weird to have a warm Apple Cup. That just feels
I'm
wrong.
excited to go to Pullman in September, though. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah. But anyways, Chiefs going to Green Bay. Let Daniel lead this one off since his favorite
Oh
team's
yeah,
playing.
NFC North.
Yeah, of course. You know me. I love the Packers, man. I love Jordan Love.
You love
You know,
Aaron
Jordan Love's
Rodgers.
gonna be a Hall of Famer because we're the Packers and we always have top quarterbacks.
You
That is why
deserve it. That's why.
exactly. Of course, we're the freaking Packers. We give out fake stocks to our fans. They pay our
You're
team
better than any other fans.
exactly.
And you know what? Also, you Packers fans have to deal with your team always gets the short end of the stick, especially
I
from the
know, right?
refs.
Dude, every single NFC championship game, we just get screwed over by the 49ers, by Tom Brady. The refs just always pull their tricks on us, man.
Russell
Mhm.
Wilson,
I know, man.
Russell
It's
Wilson,
exhausting.
Matt
Larry
Ryan that one
Fitzgerald,
year
Sean McVay.
Yeah, like how do we lose to the Falcons in a game? Like we're the Packers.
in a
We give
playoff
our
game
fans,
too.
we give our fans shares for $300 in our team. We care about our fans. We don't have crusty,
We don't
mediocre.
engage in dirty free agency. We draft and develop.
Exactly.
That's
All of
right.
our players are born and bred cheeseheads. And our fans are the classiest in football.
Damn
Anyway,
straight.
give me the Chiefs by 14.
I love that.
Oh, that was awesome. I'm
All
gonna
right,
take
Rob, go
Chiefs to
ahead.
cover here as well. I'm gonna take Chiefs to cover.
Yeah, I like that. Packers have been playing better football right now, or have been playing better football recently, but Chiefs with
If
only a
if
6 point.
if the Chiefs, if the Packers win, then they're pretty for real. Then I'll
Yeah,
really start taking them serious.
yeah. But I mean, we're talking about they. It's not like -6 is crazy. The Chiefs need to be Patrick Mahomes needs to be better than Jordan Love by one touchdown. I think he can do it.
Mm-hmm.
And then finally.
Floor
Week
is yours.
13 is over. Wow, that's crazy how that happened, guys.
No
No,
I
okay.
way.
got, I got a fun fact for you actually for this game here. I think this is the first Monday Night Football game that Jacksonville is going to play in 13 seasons,
Wow.
Really?
which is insane. Yeah, their last one was 2010.
That's
You know who was the
crazy.
quarterback in 2010? David
David Garrard.
Garrard.
Yep.
That's just some bullshit that they've just never been on at all.
Yeah, even the Saxonville years too. That's really wild, actually.
That's
I would
just
have
some
guessed they at least
bullshit.
got one
That's
of the
not
Saxonville years.
why that they Monday Night Football must have a real hate boner. Jeez.
When's the last time they hosted a Sunday night football game? I can't even think of one. Must have been maybe in the Saxonville days. I don't know,
Maybe.
but
I don't know. Primetime doesn't
Yeah.
like it except Thursday night when
except Thursday
when
night.
Derrick Henry runs all over them. I feel like that's happened at least 2 or 3 times too.
Yeah. But anyways, Cincinnati He's going to Jacksonville. Jake Browning is the quarterback. I don't care if you made this spread 85. The Jaguars are going to win and they're going to cover. The offense is horrible. The defense is playing horrible because they're on the field for 45 minutes of the game. Yeah, give me the Jags minus 8.5. I'm
We're
confident about
only
that.
going to have one difference this week because I am agreeing with you on the Jaguars here. Um, it's going to be a big game for the Jags, just, clearing a big hurdle in the NFC or AFC, at least for the past few years. They're not, without Burrow, it's a total different animal, but still, that's still pretty big for a team,
Yeah.
Dub for
especially on a
Duval.
primetime game.
Yeah, I mean and it would be like if the Lions beat the Packers on Monday Night Football during the Rodgers years when the Packers were starting like Brett Hundley. It's like,
Mm.
okay, good job, guys.
I, I
But
I forgot about that year.
yeah, I remember that 2017. I remember that year. But Brett Hundley was really bad at football. Or he was bad in the NFL. He was fine at UCLA. But anyways, yeah, good job, Jacksonville. You're gonna beat Jake Browning. Every team should beat Jake Browning. The Panthers should probably beat Jake Browning. He's terrible. Sorry. I'm gonna rant about Jake Browning all day if you let me keep going. Go ahead, Daniel. Make your pick for this game.
Yeah, dub for Duval. Easy.
Yeah, there you
Hmm.
go. One difference, and it's Denver, Houston. So I guess I got to get a Broncos country
Yeah.
let's ride hat or something here before next Tuesday's
I'm the
episode
one
if
with
they
a
make
Russ
it.
jersey on right now, though.
That's true. That's true. That's true. I don't have a Stroud jersey or any Texans
Yeah.
related anything or any Broncos related anything for that matter. So,
Okay,
um,
here's a little sidebar on the sidebar of your screen, but this is just frustrating me. Saban, no SEC team in CFP would be disrespect. Don't lose. Said the
don't
same
lose
thing for us
exactly.
for all those years.
Yeah. Hey, if guess what? If Georgia beats you guys, there would be an SEC team in the playoff. So
Yeah,
it will be Georgia.
yeah. I
So
think Georgia is gonna have their way with them with how Carson Beck's playing now.
yeah, he's been playing really well recently. Um, but there you go. That's NFL
Ooh,
Week 13.
speaking
Oh,
of
sorry.
this
Go ahead.
though, I do have a question for Daniel. A pick. Dogs play tomorrow night. By this time tomorrow night, we'll know who wins unless we go to like a million overtimes. Who you got?
Wait, sorry, what were you saying?
The Dogs, Huskies,
Dogs,
Ducks.
Huskies, Ducks. Who wins tomorrow?
Huskies, Ducks. It's a big game, man. I don't know, man. I think the Huskies have so much momentum right now. It's gonna be really competitive. It's gonna I have a feeling it's gonna be similar to the
Hmm.
game last time they played. It's gonna be the same shootout vibe. And I think UW takes care of business again, man. Like this Huskies team, offensively, this Huskies team is just dominant, dude. Like Michael Penix is having a great season. Dunze's a top receiver. I don't know. I'm probably missing a few other weapons too, but dude, that they're rolling, man. I don't They're rolling. I don't see them losing more games until like if they were to make the playoffs and maybe they lose like a playoff game or something, but at least for like this portion of the season, I don't like I see them finishing undefeated.
I think so too. I think we are all in agreement that it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a dogfight, and as long as it's close, that favors the
But you don't
dogs.
bring a duck to a dog fight, baby.
Oh
Exactly.
yeah.
There you go. Well, there you go. They'll be fun. This time tomorrow night, we'll know. This
Well,
time tomorrow
no.
night, we'll know if we're going to the. I guess we won't know for sure, but we'll have a better feel if we're going to the Rose Bowl to compete for a national championship, or we're going to the Fiesta Bowl, which wouldn't be as fun. Um, but there you go. That's it for NFL Week 13. Any closing thoughts? I'll lead with you, Daniel. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, well, I gotta make sure to buy my Packers stock, man, because it's gonna grow over time, man. I wanna support my club, the most historic club in gridiron football.
That's right. That's right. Rob.
If one of us buys stock, meaningless stock in a football team, all of us buys a meaningless stock in a football team. If one of us click like, all of us click like. One of us click subscribe, all of us subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys. Go dogs.
Drive safe, and if you're going to Vegas, fly safe as well.